Hi everyone, for today's Ask Gucci, I was going to tell you about how I use Vital Skin Foundation, how I like to use it, what my philosophy is, and I'll tell you I love to use 2 shades because I feel that you then can maintain this idea of amplifying the skin as opposed to masking the skin and transforming it. I like to, keep a little bit of the tonality where you correct what you don't want and then you add life back in. So I'm using Vital Skin 2 and 4, and you can use your fingers or you can use a brush. I have to say, the brush provides a really refined application, and sometimes your fingers aren't quite as precise and you can't get into those little nooks and crannies. So I prefer the brush. I start by using Vital Skin 2 as a concealer. So I use it under my eyes, anywhere where you actually need it to be a little bit brighter, a little bit of a lift. My corners of my eyes, I always talk about that they droop a little bit. So I make sure to lift that up a little bit, dabbing the brush right in there. And then of course I have my rosacea. So I like to just, kind of pat on Vital Skin 2 onto my red spots. I have a big one there. I might have to use a smaller brush for that, which we are launching a spot check brush, which is very exciting. So I like to smooth all of my redness out, so you correct the unwanted, if it's redness, if it's discoloration, pigmentation. Then I'm adding in Vital Skin 4 to tie the 2 together. So that way you still have this idea of beautiful quality. Your skin still feels like skin. And people might say, oh, your skin is so beautiful instead of your foundation is so beautiful. And then, when you add in different tones, such as a little bit of blush, a little bit of contour, bronze, they all kind of go together when it's not masked. And that's always been my take on, how I do makeup. When I work with a lot of these actresses that I work with or models, I always maintain that true skin idea, the factor of skin, that it can be amplified and it should be amplified. That's my take. And it's quick. There's no silicones in our foundation. We have the most beautiful active ingredients to keep your skin healthy, to soothe redness and inflammation, to protect you against pollution, maintain long-term hydration. It's quick, you can pat it on, with your fingers. If you prefer that, I'm just showing you with my finger how it works. It works also very well with your fingers. I think, when you apply directly from the bullet, it's fast. Sometimes it's not as refined. It can be a little bit messy and you can see a little bit too much product. I do, however, do that occasionally because I kind of want to showcase any option, all options. But your pores don't feel clogged. It doesn't feel heavy. Your skin feels luminous all day long. Vital Skin Foundation is so close to my heart. I have rosacea, it sucks. This isn't a solution, but absolutely it is helping maintain the health and the nourishment of your skin. So that feels good to bear in mind. For someone who has to wear a foundation every day, I like knowing that it's safe, that it's clean, that it's pure, and it feels so good. And you still feel like it's your skin. Okay, thank you guys for watching and be safe. See you soon.